9.1 Introduction to Sequences. Explore. Create your own pattern of numbers below. Make sure the numbers follow a pattern in which the number that comes next can be determined by the number before. I'll start with my example. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. The way we identify the next number is by adding 2 to the previous number. So after 12 would come 14, after that would come 16, and so on and so forth. So I want you to now create your own pattern. Infinite versus finite. Does your pattern go on forever, or does it stop at a certain point? You get to decide this. If your pattern goes on forever, then it's called an infinite sequence. If it stops at a certain point, then it's called a finite sequence. Determine which type of sequence your pattern follows and fill in the blank below. My sequence that I created is an infinite sequence, because that's what I've decided. Formula. How do you calculate the next number in your sequence? See if you can come up with a formula that computes the next number based on the current number. For example, my pattern counts by 2's, so my formula to find the next number is next number equals the current number plus 2. So write your own formula below. Term versus term value. So let a sub n be the nth term in your sequence. In other words, a sub 1 is the first term, a sub 2 is the second, and so on. Create a table below for the term number and a sub n value of that term. I gave an example with my series. N, 1, 2, 3, and 4th terms. Well, the first term, which that would be a sub 1, was 2. The second term was 4, the third term was 6, and the fourth term was 8. So now fill it in with your series. Creating your formula again, but this time we're actually going to create it more mathematically. So see if you can write your formula now using a sub n notation. If a sub n is the next term in the sequence, this should rely on a sub n minus 1 or a sub n minus 2. The previous 1 or 2 terms in the sequence. For example, my formula is a sub n equals 8 sub n minus 1, which keep in mind this means the previous term. So you take your previous term and you add 2 to it, that's how you get the next term. So now write your formula. Example 1. Find the first 5 terms of the sequence with a sub 1 equals 3 and a sub n equals a sub n minus 1 plus 2, for n is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, so we know that our first term of the sequence is 3. So now to find the second term, a sub 2, we take the previous term, which is 3, and add 2 to it, giving us 5. A sub 3 means we take the previous term, which is 5, add 2 to it, giving us 7. A sub 4, take the previous term, which was 7, add 2 to it, giving us 9. Then the fifth term, take the previous term, which is 9, add 2 to it, giving us 11. So the first 5 terms of this sequence are 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Example 2. Find the first 5 terms of the sequence with a sub 1 equals negative 2 and a sub n equals 3 times a sub n minus 1 plus 2, for n is greater than or equal to 2. So we know the first term is negative 2. To find the second term, we do 3 times the previous term, which was negative 2, and then add 2 to it. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Add 2 gets us negative 4. Now to find the third term, we do 3 times the previous term, which was negative 4, plus 2. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Add 2 gets us negative 10. To find the fourth term, we do 3 times negative 10, then plus 2. Gets us negative 28. To find the fifth term, we do 3 times negative 28 plus 2, which gets us negative 82. So the first 5 terms are negative 2, negative 4, negative 10, negative 28, and negative 82. Types of formulas. The previous examples were considered recursive formulas. In which one or more previous terms are used to generate the next. The other type of formula is an explicit formula. Which essentially is a function of n. Example 3. Find the first 5 terms of the sequence. A sub n equals 3 to the power of n minus 1. It's essentially a function, 3 to the power of x minus 1. This is what's considered an explicit formula. So to find the first 5 terms, a sub 1 equals 3 to the power of 1 minus 1, which is 2. A sub 2, the second term, is 3 to the power of 2 minus 1. 3 squared is 9. Take away 1 is 8. A sub 3 means we're doing 3 cubed minus 1, which gets us 26. A sub 4 is 3 to the power of 4 minus 1, which gets us 80. And a sub 5 is 3 to the power of 5 minus 1, which gets us 242. So the first 5 terms are 2, 8, 26, 80, and 242.